welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I repaired my workshop floor with a few bags of cement and some back-breaking hard work. So first things first, we're going to actually remove some of this lino and see what's underneath. As you can see where the bricks have actually sunk just here. They've actually sunk down, so we're going to have to lift all those up and relay them. It's going to be a big job, it's going to take a while. But it's going to be worth it in the end. I may have to move the tumble dryer out of the way. I've moved the shelf unit out there because I want to cement the back of the wall in there as well. Just fill some of the gaps up. Just make it look a little bit neater and tidier. So I'm actually going to have to get the shelf unit out of the way. Definitely move the punch bag. That's going to go into the metal shed next door. And try and set it up in there so I can still use it. But if not, then I'll just keep it in storage until I can get a better shed. Or clear that one out, because I want to refurb that shed next door as well. Move that shelf. I may just leave that there for now while I do this bit of cement here and then move it across, otherwise I'm going to have no space to work and I still need to work at the same time. The guitar I'm going to put on the bench, and these wooden slats which are going to go on the wall horizontally across that way. And I'm going to hang the guitars on that when I've panelled this wall in. But like I say, first things first, we'll get the lino up, because I'll probably replace this, I think, get another cheap bit, and maybe a bit of carpet, I don't know, and see what we've got to do. So I've taken back some of the lino, I've actually cut that off along the line there, so I want to actually replace all that, and you can see the actual bricks aren't too bad, just need taking up. Probably re-leveling with some sand or some sand and cement mix and just bringing them up to a level, but that should be quite an easy job. But this, we've taken the lino out here, is really bad. As you can see there, that's all collapsed where the wall was. So I've only got the one bag of sand and cement, so I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. So I'm going to have to try and bodge this as best I can, I think. I was going to try and skim the entire thing, but I think I'm going to have to try and just fix it as best I can. Let's get rid of that, because that stinks. It smells really damp in here now, taking the old line up. This whole floor in here, I've decided I'm going to slide underneath the tumble dryer, just to give that a bit of a lift, keep the damp out from that. I'm going to move the cupboard out, like I said before, and fix the wall behind there. But the main thing is to get this punch bag out and into the metal shed. Spider on my neck. So I can fix that bit of floor, move that shelf out, because that shelf is going to go underneath the new bench over here. When I built that, it's going to go along this wall here. I'm going to see if I can fix some of that wall as well, because this wall is going to be panelled with wood. I might even trim that to size and lay that against the wall just for now to get it out of the metal shed, so I've got room to put that in, if that makes sense. And then when I build the actual framework for the stud wall, then that can go on that afterwards. It's just to keep it out of the way for now. But the first things first is actually clear the radiator out, put that plastic under the tumble dryer, get the rest of this lino out, and start surveying exactly where I'm going to put this punch bag. It's a shame really, because it does come in useful. Hopefully I should be able to use it in the metal shed, but I need to refurb the metal shed, but that's going to be a completely different project. I'm going to get this one done first, and then we'll do that at a later stage, I think. Right, so I think I'm going to have my cup of tea, nice cup of scotch, contemplate what I've got to do. I think I've got a plan, and start moving some bits about, then mixing up some cement. But I think I'm going to do the bricks first, they're going to be easy. I may even just do sand under those yet, and a dry mix of sand and cement. Definitely going to need real cement underneath there. That's when a mice gets in there as well. But I can't remember this being as bad as this, especially under there, look at that. So maybe I'll see if I can get some gravel, mix that in with some cement as well, just give it a bit more of a stronger mix. But anyway, I'm putting off the inevitable. Like I say, I'll drink my tea and we'll move some bits about and we'll start mixing some cement, I suppose. So the bunch bag is moved. That was a bit of a hard job, but it seems to have got it into the other shed. It's not ideal in there, but like I said, that'll be a further project. It'll be another project for another day. As you can see, the floor is really bad. The actual drop there is a good 2 or 3 inches. So I'm not going to be able to level it up. I haven't got enough cement, so I might see if I can graduate that down, sort of level in with this little level across here, this gap here from there to the actual bricks. I'll be able to level that and make that smooth, so the bench will be able to have a nice area. It's just this main foot area here. So I think this is where the actual toilet drain was, just here. It's all subsided there, so I've got to lift all that back up. Where the tumble dryer is, that's secure under there. It's all pretty much solid. There's a little area in the corner there I'm going to cement in. But first of all, I'm going to concentrate on these bricks, lift all those up. Probably going to do them one at a time or 2 or 3 at a time, do it in stages, and then see if I can get as level as possible and work my way across. Then this bench here I'll move over once this area is dry. I might even just whack it in the middle for tonight till this is dry, because there's a little bit of work I'm going to need to do in this corner here, if you can see that. I'm going to have to leave that because I don't know if that's where the old water pipe was. I'm not sure, so I don't really want to disturb that, but I'll see what it's like. I might give it a quick tap with this sledgehammer, see what happens. I also want to do a bit of pointing as well on the wall before I put the wood up. So there's loads to do. So I'm going to have a bit of a sweep round now, and then I'll start mixing up some cement, I think, and then start laying these bricks, start doing this area here. So I think these will probably come out quite easy. Yeah, I can hack the whole floor lifting. Yeah, they're going to come out easy, so they're going to be quite an easy job to do. It's pretty thingy. So I'll probably put a layer of sand underneath as well, because it's quite high here, so I can lower that down slightly. The actual floor, if you look, it actually curves down there, because this is where the wall was, so basically it's taken some of the support out. It is really old, this building. I think it was built in something like 1750, 1800, something like that, so it's really old. So it doesn't surprise me, it's got a few cracks and settlement marks and subsidence. So yeah, I think this is going to be the first bit. Get all this relayed, get it all nice and level, then I'll mix up cement and start filling in these areas. Try and lift those bricks up there as well. I may have to try and put some gravel underneath as well. I've got some old hardcore on the driveway. I'm going to have to just scoop a bit off there and whack it underneath just to give it a bit of a lift, and then put some cement underneath. Fill that corner over there. Try and knock a few of those high bits out there. I'll just use the old sledgehammer just to tap them down, and then I'll give it a little bit of a skim, and then we can put the wood on that wall when we build the frame, etc. Like I say, I'm going to put the wood against that wall anyway to keep it out of the metal shed, because I haven't got room for it. So I've got the timber, but I haven't got the room to actually store it anywhere. And I haven't got the actual 2x2 to make the stud wall yet, so that's coming soon. So I'll just store it against there, I think, for now. Excuse me. Yeah, so like I say, I'll start this brick first. So I'm starting with just a little bit of builder's sharp sand, and I'm just tapping it down with my sledgehammer / axe just to get a nice base, and then I will do just a little bit of cement along the edges. See if I can fill all these little voids in as well, something like that. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough materials. If not, I'll have to order some more. But yeah, that's basically all I'm going to do along the whole thing. I'll set you up on the tripod after lunch, because it's now lunchtime and I'm starving. Worked up a bit of an appetite already this morning. And I'll set you up on the tripod, and I will just slowly but surely basically just cement all these back together. Sort of lift that up a little bit, see if we can level it off as much as possible. I don't think it's going to be, it looks more daunting I think than it is. Once I've got a good level on the actual bricks, improve the look of it a lot, and then the cementing will just give it a nice, it's going to have to be a bit of a gradient into that I think. So I may see if I can lower this one down, just to tilt it slightly, just to give it more of a slope into this lower section here, because the actual workshop, which was the washroom, looks like it had a higher floor than the actual bathroom or toilet area. So I think a little slight gradient, that would be fine. This side's pretty level because it looks like they've cemented over the, it must have been cemented over the sewage pipes and things, etc. here. So this is higher, you can see there, there's a slightly higher sort of gap. Like I said, I'm going to try and knock that out, see if I can level that. That'll come out, I think. Yeah, it's loose. So like I said, I'm going to grab a bit of lunch and then I'll set up on the tripod and we'll just get going, I suppose, get working and get it finished. So I've got my bucket of water, my bucket for mixing. I've got some sand in there already, which I've measured out. I'm going 2 to 1, so 2 parts sand, 1 part cement. So recommend in the bag, just blue circle, standard mixing stuff. I'm going to start small areas, and just see how it goes, see how it sets off. Should be enough with a bit of mix, and then a little bit of water. Slide that way. I could even do a dry mix afterwards and brush it in. Bear with me if I'm doing any of this wrong, because it's the first time I've actually physically done any this sort of cementing. Flooring, etc. So I'm learning as I go. How difficult can it be? He says. It's just going to be nice to actually have a nice solid base to actually work on, build up on. Put some nice lino down and maybe a carpet or a rug just to give it a bit of warmth in here. Actually keep the mice out as well, which is always a benefit. I may have probably a little bit too much water in there, but it's a sloppy mix. I'll just whack a bit more cement in, I think, just to thicken it up a little bit. Really old trowel I've had for probably 20 years and the handle broke off. So I've got a nice piece of apple off the tree outside, so I'm going to fashion a new handle for it. But I'll do that in another video, just a little project that's coming up. I haven't got a lathe or anything, so I'll be doing all that by hand. Mix now, strong mix. Right, so I think I'll just slide out. Just put a little bit underneath that and re-secure it in. Just grab a hammer. It's always the worst part of a restoration is when everything's a mess. Right, let's see if I can mess this right up. Like I said, I've never done this before. Whack a bit in there then. Brick. I'll probably get better as I go along. At least I hope so. Right, first brick done. Like I said, I'm going to try and go a little slight slope down. Easy just putting the cement in there. Probably lots of people swearing and shouting at the screen. Doing it completely wrong. You've got to learn somehow. Right, so I think the more I go along, I think it's better it's going to get. So I'll just keep as I'm doing as I am. Try and improve as I go along. So by the time I finish, it'll look quite nice. That first one's a bit low, but it's not too bad. As long as it seals it, strengthens it, it'll be fine. I'll give you a little update on how things are going, and they're going sort of okay. The brickwork's gone in quite nicely. It's not perfectly even, but I'm quite happy with it. It's going to strengthen up a lot. The other problem I'm having is this massive crater here. You see how deep that is? So you can get the whole broom in the bottom of it. So I think I've taken the tiles off the top. They were all just subsided in. I think somebody tried to just fill this in before with just some hardcore bits and pieces, so I think I'm going to get a load of gravel off the driveway and fill that up as best I can, and then do a skim of cement and gravel over the top, and hopefully I'll have enough. I've got plenty of cement left, probably half a bag, but not a lot of sand, so I might have to just go for a stronger mix, which is fine. Might dry a little bit quicker, may crack, but that's fine, that'll be okay, and then I can always point it up afterwards. But other than that, it's going alright. I will need another skim across here, but I'll do that when I do the final skim, I think, on that. I may have to do that another day and get some more cement. And I want to do this hole here, because I saw the little mouse just went in that little hole, just in there. So I need to get this brick out of the way and try and just smooth that. Just make it smooth, don't have to be level. It's not going to be a bowling green sort of level, it's just going to be even as much as possible. So like I say, I'm going to go and fill the wheelbarrow up with as much gravel as I can, stick it off the driveway, rubbing pieces of paper, I suppose, and then dump it all in there and see what we can do. So another little update, I've actually run out of cement, so I've got to skim through there, rebuild all that. I've run out of actual cement to finish that hole there and do there. Probably needs another skim all the way through here anyway, all the way through, so I'll order some more cement, and when that comes I'll continue to give this chance to give it a good settle and dry anyway, and I'll just do a light skim over the top. And hopefully that should finish the job. Yeah, it's not particularly level, but like I said, you're not going to get it 100% level unless you pour a big slab in here. So I think it looks too bad. Once it's dry and another skim, I think it'd be a lot better than it was. So I'll let that dry, get some more cement ordered, and we'll carry on when the cement arrives. Well, it's probably been about a week or so since I did the cement, and you can see it's dried really, really nice. New cement and sand has turned up, so I'm going to crack on and see if I can do a little bit more of the floor, see if I can knock that out there, level that as best I can. Like I said before, it's not going to be perfect level because that's a big sort of lip there, you can see how high that is. But I'll just try and slope it down a little bit. Try and do something with that corner. A little bit of pointing. And the worst bit, again, is this corner here. So move the cupboard out of the way. As you can see in there, that wall wants pointing, cleaning up. So I'm going to do all that. I'll probably just do that in a strong cement mix, I think. Try and get it as strong as possible. And you may have seen, the eagle-eyed of you may have seen a little bit of wood has turned up. They actually were pallets. I stripped it all down, some nice timber there. But this is for a future project, so that'll be coming up in another video, probably in the next one. So keep an eye out for that. But like I say, now I'm going to mix up some cement. Actually, I think I'll tap all this down first with the sledgehammer, try and level all that off. And then I'll mix up some cement, whack a bit of gravel in there as well, try and fill that as much as possible. Maybe a little bit of hardcore from there, and try and get it all finished today, and then we can start getting some order. I have got to do this bit here, so I'm actually going to have to move this shelf unit again. Probably just move it over to the side here. So I want to skim this little area here, and like I say, that back corner, try and do a little bit of work on there. But like I said before, I think that's where the water pipes came through, but I'm not 100% sure. So I may even just tidy that up, neaten it up as best I can. You can see it in there, a big blob of cement. Fill some of the holes in, stop the old beasties and mices getting in. And then the next stage after that is going to be paneling this wall. Like I said, I'm digressing, just trying to put off the inevitable and hurt my back mixing cement, so I'm going to do that now. Right, so there's a little update for you. I've filled that gap in there with some gravel, a little bit of sand mixed in. Most of that gravel's off the driveway. Big pebble there as well, that was actually in the bag of cement. I've also done a skim along there, that's starting to level out nicely. I've done that corner as well, behind that bench, and this level off here. So I've got this area here to do, underneath the mat there. I'm going to level that as best I can, try and get that nice and smooth, just gradiate into that, and then fill that. But I'm mixing more of a larger mix this time in this bucket, and then using my spade just to mix it on a sort of a larger scale than just a little bit in the bottom of the bucket, so it gives me more to work with. And then when it's all started to dry off a little bit, I'm going to go over with the broom and sort of smooth it off a little bit with the broom, try and get a bit more of a nicer finish. I know it's gone under the liner or a bit of carpet this, but I'd like to get it as nice and as smooth as possible. So I'm going to mix up this next section of cement, and then I'll whack it in that hole there, start doing that, a little bit of pointing underneath to be done, not too bad actually, and then the next bit, and then hopefully by the end of today this will be finished and I can concentrate on getting this place a little bit more organised, because it's an absolute shit tip at the moment and it's everything I hate about a workshop. There's stuff everywhere. So like I said, I mixed up some cement and carry on, but it does hurt your back. It's not something I want to do every single day. This be an awful bloody job being a builder. I suppose that's why I have cement mixers, I suppose, but my back is feeling it. Like I said, I'm putting it off again. I've got made myself a cup of tea, so I'll probably drink that and then I'll crack on. So I'll see you in a bit.
Alright, Cap, I got the third elevator just passing underneath for.
So that's pretty much all done. Yeah, it's not perfect, it's not perfectly level, but it's so much better than it was. I've brushed it over a little bit there, as you can see, but I'll wait for it to dry a little bit more, then I'll brush that again. I've done a little bit of pointing up there as well, across there. So when that's dry, I'll sweep it over, get it as level as possible. I am absolutely knackered now, my back's killing me. So I think I'm going to go in and have some dinner. It's taking me about, I don't know, 4 hours to do all this. So if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content because the next project is coming up. So that's going to be a nice little project for in here. I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'll see you on the next one.